Everybody watches the Super Bowl, whether they like football or not. The massive number of viewers is a golden opportunity for advertisers if they can afford to get in on the action. Super Bowl 49 is already setting records, even before the Patriots and the Seahawks take the field. 30-second ads are going for $4.5 million a pop, $500,000 more than last year. NBC sold nearly all of the spots even before the teams were set, and all will be filled by kickoff.
They're wonderful. I'm wonderful.
So what's driving the price so high? Eyeballs. The Super Bowl will likely draw more than 100 million viewers, as it has each of the past 5 years. And that massive captive audience gives advertisers something they can't get anywhere else.
100 million people all watching the same thing at the same time, and most of them are just as interested in the ads as they are in the game. That is one of a kind. There's nothing like it on American television.
Budweiser's Clydesdales will be back this year. Anheuser-Busch InBev bought 3 spots that will showcase Budweiser or Bud Light. But NBC says the technology, wireless, and automotive industries have been weak spots this year. Notables like Ford and Volkswagen didn't buy ads. That's opened spots for rookies. There are 15 first-time sponsors in 2015. The company behind Superglue is one of them. So is Carnival Cruise Lines and Skittles, a favorite candy of Seahawks running back Marshawn Lynch.
One analyst says that advertisers are like ships looking for a safe harbor in a storm. Right now, in this turbulent time for media, the Super Bowl is that safe harbor.
A safe harbor that doesn't come cheap. All right, so what makes an ad or commercial stand out from the rest? A few brands seem to be using the same successful formula, and here to hash it all out is Jim Gentleman, marketing expert over at SK&G Advertising. Jim, good to see you again.
Great to be here.
Absolutely. So, all right, so what is seems to be the trend or secret formula that's going to work this year, you think?
Well, you know, it's all about emotion and trying to really tug the heartstrings. So everything from warmth and nostalgia to celebrity, a little bit of humor, that's kind of the typical formula. This year, though, we're seeing some more advertisers really focusing on fathers and dads, kind of tying into the nostalgia and worth of being a dad. And so you're going to see Toyota, Nissan, and Dove really kind of hone in on that angle.
Huh. And is that something, is there a reason for that this year versus other years?
Well, a lot of folks are saying maybe because of what the NFL's gone through during the offseason with domestic abuse and with child abuse, et cetera, that this might be a reaction to that. I also think it just has more to do with really reflecting the reality of fathers and what dads go through, and these brands are just trying to tap into that. It's all about getting noticed. People, they want to share these ads, so I think it also has to do with these brands just wanting to get noticed. Okay,
you know, one thing I noticed that in the recent years, and Doritos has done a really good job with this, is letting the public be a part of it. Are they continuing that?
They are. They've got their Crash to the Super Bowl contest. And so yeah, every year the fans get to vote on their favorite spot. I've seen a couple of them that are pretty good, but you know, they typically fall into the baby, animal, celebrity kind of genre, but yes, they're doing it again this year, and I'm sure they're going to have a great spot.
Now, you were mentioning with all the problems that the NFL has had, obviously, you know, that is why the father-driven commercials. The NFL is even going as far as to do a domestic violence commercial during the Super Bowl, and we have a clip from that. I'll show you.
Great.
911, operator 901. Where's the emergency?
127 Brynmere.
Okay, what's going on there?
I'd like to order a pizza for delivery.
Ma'am, you've reached 911. This is an emergency line.
Large with half pepperoni, half mushroom.
You know you've called 911. This is an emergency line.
Do you know how long it'll be?
Okay, ma'am. Is everything okay over there? Do you have an emergency or not?
Yes.
And you're unable to talk because...
Right.
Okay, is there someone in the room with you? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Oh, I like that ad. Wow, that gave me chills.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've seen it.
Yeah, it's getting some mixed reaction in social media. Some people are saying, you know, good for the NFL that they're showing responsibility. Others are saying, is this just kind of a lip service of not really dealing with the problem? They're just doing it because they have to.
Okay, what do you think?
My sense is that I wonder about the context of the ad running in this game. Well, I do think the NFL certainly needs to be more proactive. I'm not sure this is the most effective way. I think they need to introduce programs and education to their players as opposed to running a TV spot. But I also don't want to criticize them. I think they had to do this, quite honestly, this year based on what happened during the season.
Right. Jim, what about the flops? I mean, $4.5 million, and I've seen a lot of great commercials. I can't tell you what it's for.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think, ultimately it's all about being able to memorable. And there are a lot of ads sometimes that come out that try to go for the prank. A lot of ads are criticized because the humor might be offensive. For example, you already talked about today on the show, GoDaddy introducing a spot that many animal rights activists found to be offensive.
Yeah.
Now, good thing social media kind of made that point before they ran the spot in the Super Bowl. But sometimes humor especially can be very offensive, and that sometimes creates problems for advertisers.
Okay, who's going to be the big winner, do you think?
This year it's typically brands like Budweiser. They're bringing back the puppy, and this year the horse, and it's going to be about a lost puppy. So I think they could be a winner. Coca-Cola always does great advertising. I also like a spot that Kia is doing with Pierce Brosnan. I found it to be very funny and kind of a nice alternative to the typical car advertising.
Okay. Rachel wants to know if Pierce is shirtless.
He is not. He's not shirtless.
Okay.
No, he's not.
Okay. And another thing is probably you need a good game too. After last year was a debacle, and people, I don't think the attention span was probably on the game as much as usual.
Yeah, probably people were paying more attention to the ads last year, quite honestly, because the game was so bad. So that might have been good for the advertisers. But this year, 110 million people, they want great ads, but they really want a great game. So let's hope for a close game.
All right, Jim, we'll see how it all plays out. So we appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Now, is this ball? Did you say this ball is up to standard?
12.5 psi. I felt it. Although someone did take it out to the kitchen in between. So I don't know.
We have some video of that.
We have some video.
All right, thanks, buddy.
I love what Jim said about the domestic violence ad. And of course he's the expert there. He said that it's probably not the best place to put it, but it was absolutely necessary because you're going to get millions of people watching it, and remember.